Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Louis Vuitton handbags that I think are worth their price points. Now, this is my personal opinion. Some of them, the explanation is kind of side eye, but just let me explain. I'll get there and hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. But hello, my name is Maddie. I film mostly luxury related videos. I do throw in some fragrance and lifestyle content sometimes. So if you enjoy watching those types of videos, I would appreciate it if you join my little YouTube family by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the notification bell while you're at it so you get notified every time I upload a video. If you're not new, shout out to you, you're a real one. So I have my phone with me. I have my thoughts and everything written down, just so bear with me guys. Like it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense in the end. Some of these bags I do have in my collection, and I'm speaking from personal opinion as well as experience because these bags are usually my top used handbags in my collection. Some of these are classics, some of these I do not have in my collection, but I do think they are still worth the price point. Now the prices range like from like 1,500 to like 2,500, maybe a little bit more, but again, bear with me. Hopefully everything makes sense in the end. So I'm going to start with the bags that I do have in my collection, and then we can do the bags that I do not have. So the first bag that I have that we're going to talk about is the Louis Vuitton Nano Speedy. Now this bag retails for $17.60, which is kind of on the higher side for a small bag. Also, you're getting mostly canvas. You are getting a little bit of leather, but I'm a small bag girl through and through. Love me a small bag. Love me something that's not going to take up too much space, but still fits a lot. And this bag packs a punch. You can basically get away with putting your entire life in this bag as small as it is. It's just one open compartment. Let me take out the air paper so you guys can see. It's basically just one open compartment, but it definitely fits a lot. I do have the older style that the strap is not adjustable or detachable. And when I did get this bag, I think it retailed for like 1,200, maybe 1,300. If I find the actual price I paid for this, I'll put it up on the screen. The newer version does have the detachable and adjustable strap, I think. I'm not sure if it's adjustable, but I do know it's detachable for a fact. So compared to other handbags, I feel like the price of this bag is not too terrible. Again, it's small. If you love small handbags, I think you would love this, and it definitely fits a lot. The only con I would say about this bag is just the vachetta or the vaquetta, because you have to worry about the weather. But if you're able to detach the straps, then that kind of like reduces how much you have to worry about the weather when it comes to this bag. Basically, I guess we can go into the bags that I do not have. I think a Speedy of any size, so whether it's the 25, the 30 classic, or the bandolier, or the 20, 35 if you really like bigger handbags, I think you can't go wrong with a Speedy from Louis Vuitton, just because it's a classic handbag. I think the classic Speedy 30 retails for like $15.50. I know the bandoliers are more expensive because they come with the strap, but I just feel like a Louis Vuitton Speedy handbag, a classic one or a bandolier, you can't go wrong with, just because it's such a classic piece from the bag. I did have the Speedy 30, but I ended up getting rid of it just because it was not the right size for me personally. But I ended up getting this, and I have not looked back since then. I sold the Speedy 30 after I got this because, again, that was not the right size for me. This is the right size for me. They have a whole bunch of different sizing, ones that come with the strap, ones that don't come with the strap. You cannot go wrong with the Louis Vuitton Speedy, again, because it's such a classic item from the brand. So the next bag that I'm going to talk about that I think is still worth the price is the Louis Vuitton Pette Accessoire. This is also always on my top 5 handbags of the year. I grabbed this bag and my friends use it as well, just because it's so easy. Throw it over your shoulder, head out the door, and it does fit a lot too for such a small bag. Technically, this is not a handbag according to LV. It's a small leather good, but it's definitely a bag to me. When I got this, I think it was like 700, probably with like tax and everything. It came up to, yeah, less than 800 for sure. This retails for $15.50 now. I do remember I made a video years ago and I said if this goes over $1,000, I don't think it's worth it. But in the grand scheme of things, with the way other bags are priced right now, I do not think this is a bad price for the Pette Accessoire. It does break my heart for people who don't have this bag and have to spend that much money on it, because I was able to get it for a cheaper price. But unfortunately, I feel like there's bags that I want that people paid way less for back in the day. And guess what? I'm going to have to cough out the money now if I really want it. This bag definitely fits a lot. I think it's also a classic style from Louis Vuitton. I do know they have the newer version that has like a chain strap. The strap for this is detachable. I have it here somewhere. I just don't know where I put it, but the strap for this is detachable. It's not adjustable. It is vachetta or vaqueta, so you do have to worry about the weather. However, I do have a gold strap that I use with this bag to kind of like offload having to worry about the weather. It does have this little vachetta tab right here, but I feel like I can cover this more than I would be able to cover the strap that's vachetta. So yeah, I think this bag is still worth it, just because you would definitely get your cosplaywear wear with this. You can dress this up, you can dress this down, meaning you can wear it with like a dress, you can wear it with shorts, you can wear it with pants, you can wear it with a skirt, you can take this out to dinner, you can take this with you to like brunch with friends. You can basically do whatever you want with this bag, obviously being mindful of the weather as well, but I still think this is worth it. It is unfortunate that it has basically doubled in price in like 3 or 4 years, but I still think this bag is worth it. Still a bag I do not have in my collection. So a bag that I do not have in my collection that I think is still worth it is a Pette Matis. Hear me out. I know I sold mine years ago. I think when I got mine, it was 1830 or 1880. With tax, it was pretty close to $2,000. But I ended up selling that bag just because I personally do not like the style of the bag. I think it's a little bit too bulky for me personally. But if you do like the Pette Matis, that is such a classic handbag. It's one of the most classic handbags from Louis Vuitton. There was a whole hype surrounding it. I do get the hype of the bag. I do think, you know, it's way better when it's smaller, just because that bag is a little bit too bulky. It retails for $25.70 now, which is insane to me. They also have the smaller version, so they have the East-West version, which is $2,900. Again, would I say the East-West is worth it? If you like smaller bags, yes. And if you want the Pette Matis, but you don't like how big the actual classic one is, then yes, it is worth that amount of money. Small bags are the hype right now, so they probably would be more expensive. The Speedy Nano is more expensive than the Speedy 30. Make it make sense. But I think it's because there's like a hype surrounding smaller bags right now. That's why they are more expensive than the regular size bags. But I do think the regular Pette Matis, the classic one, you can't go wrong with that if you do not mind bigger size bags, just because that's like, it's there's just a lot of like, I don't want to say hype, but it's a great bag. It fits a lot because I was definitely able to get away with putting the whole entire kitchen sink in that bag. You don't have to worry about the weather with the strap, because I believe it came with a regular monogram strap. If you like that style of bag, if you like the size as well, then I think it's worth it. If you do not like the size and you want a smaller bag, then I do think the East-West is worth it. That is a lot of money for such a small bag. I'm pretty sure it's going to come up to about $3 grand when you add tax, which is insane to me. But again, small bags are in season right now, so I kind of get why it's a little bit more expensive. But yeah, I think it also comes with like a smaller strap and then like a longer strap, so you are getting a little bit more options when it comes to the straps. But yeah, I think the classic Pette Matis is worth it if you like that style of bag. And the East-West also is worth it if you like smaller bags, but I honestly would rather go for the regular Pette Matis if you like how big it is and you don't mind the size. I think that one is a little bit more worth it than the actual East-West, because that's like a $400 difference and the bag is like maybe half the size of the regular Pette Matis. Now that bag is not for me. That's why I don't have it in my collection, but I do think it's worth it if you like that kind of bag. Let's do a bag that I do have in my collection, and it is the Alma BB. When I got this, I think it was $12.30. It's like $18.20 right now. I do have mine in Damier Ebene. It comes with like the beautiful red interior. I do have some perfume atomizers in here. I don't remember which is which. But anyway, I do have some perfume atomizers in here. I do have mine in the Damier Ebene, like I said before. Let me take out what's inside. It's a little bit loud. Un momento. It does have feet, and then obviously the Damier Ebene comes with treated leather. I did get mine hot stamped, which I tried to take out because I thought I was going to get rid of this bag. I do not think I'm going to get rid of it. So this is usually not on my top 5 most used handbags, just because I feel like I have other bags that I'd rather grab or reach for as opposed to this bag. However, I think the Alma BB also in any size is a classic style from Louis Vuitton. So if you get the, I mean, not the Alma BB, I think the Alma style is a classic style from Louis Vuitton. So if you get the Alma BB, I know they used to have an MM. I don't know if they still have it. And I know there's like a Nano Alma now. I'm pretty sure they have like different styles and it comes in all the leathers and all the canvases. I personally would not get this in monogram just because that is a whole lot of vachetta to have to worry about. Do you see all of that? Do you see all of that? So if it's a monogram, all of this would be vachetta as well as the strap. I think this clochette, also clochette, would also be vachetta if I remember correctly. I'll put up a picture on the screen so you guys can see. I do not use this bag half as much as I use other bags in my collection, but I don't think I would ever get rid of this bag, and I say it every single year. It is a cute style. It's very beautiful. I love this shape. It fits a lot for a small bag. If you like small bags, but obviously you want to be able to put a lot of things inside, then I would absolutely reach for this bag. I usually do not close this all the way. When I have stuff inside, I just have the zipper up this way because you're able to get away with fitting a lot more inside without like messing up the shape of the bag. But I do think that the Alma BB is worth the $18.20. Again, I got mine for $12.30, but I think I got mine in 2018. So what, that was like 6 years ago. And it's like a $600 price increase. I do think the Alma is worth it. I'm not sure how much the other sizes or like the other styles are, but I do think this specific one is absolutely worth it. And yeah, it's canvas, but you also get like quite a bit of leather. And I like that I don't have to worry about the weather. I always like remind myself to take out this bag just because I feel like it's collecting dust in my collection, but I remind myself from time to time to take it out. I personally still think that this is absolutely worth it. I don't know what number we're up to right now. I think I've gone through like 5 or 6 bags at this point, but another handbag that I think is worth it, hear me out because the price increase is insane on this one, hear me out, is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. Now mine is in the MM size, and I think this retails for $20.30 or $20.50. When I got this bag, it was $13.20, I believe, plus tax. It was like $1,400, maybe $1,500. Look, I know there's like a whole war with this bag. I know people either love this bag or absolutely hate it. I do get the part where people say it's oversaturated or everybody and their mama has it, and also it's very easy to replicate, so there are a lot of like dupes or like fake options out there. I get that. However, this bag I think is still worth it because you can get away with putting basically everything inside it. It comes in super handy so many times. This was my travel bag for such a long time. You can put a lot of things inside it. You can put food, you can put all your travel essentials, you can put a laptop inside. You can basically fit a lot of things inside this bag. It comes in handy, and I feel like that's why a lot of people have it. Now, when I got it, again, it was $13.20. It wasn't $2,000. I think $2,000 is insane for this bag because it's really just canvas. You get a little bit of leather, not too much leather, not too much leather. The strap is leather, and like this is leather, like the little adjustment thing, and then like there's like a little bit of a leather trimming around it, and that's basically it. I had to buy this separate, like it doesn't come with the bag. It does come with the pouch. I did sell mine, ended up regretting it, but it is what it is. And the pouch also comes in handy from time to time. I just feel like the versatility of this bag, meaning you can use it for work, you can travel with it, you can use it as a mummy bag or like a diaper bag. I don't have kids, so I don't use it for that, but just the amount of times I've used this bag, I think it comes in very handy. Every time my mom's traveling, she wants to take this bag with her. I don't really use it to travel anymore, so I don't mind that. She just kind of messes it up, so I'm always like, I don't want to give it to you, but I'm just joking. I feel like this bag is definitely very handy. It's something that you would basically use every single day for some sort of occasion. I think it's still worth it. You can, however, get alternatives to this bag. So I have the YSL shopping tote or the shopper tote. I think that is definitely cheaper. It's 1,000 something. It's definitely not 2,000, and that's all leather. I know Goyard, they have their version of some sort of tote. I feel like basically every single house has their version of a tote, but this is such a classic Louis Vuitton bag. I feel like the top three classic bags would be the Neverfull, the Speedy, and the Alma BB. I think those are like super classic bags. Again, there's also the PM size. There's also the GM size, which I think is humongous. That's way too big for me. The PM, I don't know if it fits a lot. I know there's like even smaller versions now. They've come out with like newer versions. I personally think the MM is a perfect size just because it's like not too big and it's not too small. I've had mine since 2018, so I've had mine for 6 years. And it's wearing pretty well. Like, of course, the hardware is gonna have some sort of tarnish on it, which is not too terrible. I do think $2,000 is insane, but I do think it's worth it. If you do end up getting it, you are going to use this bag a lot. Also, you can get it in damier or you can get it in monogram, you can get it in leather, whatever tickles your fancy, you can get it in that. I do know that the leathers would be more expensive, and obviously if you get a bigger size, that would also be more expensive. I think the PM is less. However, the amount of times I've used this bag, I have definitely gotten my cost per wear. Again, I did not spend $2,000 on it, but I still think this bag is worth it just because I've used it so much. I've used it for work. I've traveled with it a lot. And then just like if I have to go somewhere, because I work from home for the most part, if I have to go somewhere, like if I want to go see my dad or something, I can put my work laptop in here. I don't have to hold it. It fits like my lunch, it fits a water bottle, it fits a lot of things inside. I do have a organizer inside just because I'm trying to keep the shape, but I do think this bag is wearing pretty well. I don't have any complaints whatsoever on this bag. The only thing I would say is if you were into quiet luxury, which at the moment I kind of am, then this is not the bag for you. You would definitely have to get like a different version. I mean, if you get the leather version, I guess it does have the LV, is it embossed on it or debossed? I don't know. But you would still be able to tell, but it's a little bit less, what's the word? It's not as loud as a canvas, but I do think this bag is worth it just because I have used it a ton since I've gotten mine, and I do feel like it's such a useful bag. It's something you would definitely use every single day, and you would definitely be getting your money's worth if you had the Neverfull. Now, the last bag I'm going to talk about, it's kind of crazy-ish. I don't think it's worth it at the full price, but if you are able to get it on the pre-loved market, I think it's worth it that way because it doesn't really hold its resale value, and it's the LV Capucines. Is it the Capucines or the Capucines? I think it's the Capucines. If you are able to get that bag pre-loved, then I think it's worth it. I know they have different sizes. I would be more on the BB or the mini side, but I think I would get the BB. Again, it doesn't really hold its resale value, so it's not really something that I would buy. I think the BB retails for like $7,000 or something, which is insane to me. It's super expensive. The BB obviously is a smaller size, but it's more expensive just because, again, smaller bags are all the hype right now. The mini seems to retail for like around 6,000, the BB around 7,000, which is insane. I do think it's a cute style. Again, it's all leather as well, but if you are able to get it for a steal on the pre-loved market, I do think Fashion File and like all these other websites have it for a better price. I do like the style of the bag. It's all leather. Depending on whatever size you get, I do think it's worth it through the pre-loved market, not full price, because I think if you were to buy this and if you wanted to sell it, I don't think anyone's gonna buy it from you for the actual retail price right now, just because it's a well-known bag, but for some reason it doesn't really hold its resale value. So if you were to go the pre-loved route, I think it's worth the price. I don't think it's worth it at the retail value because it's $7,000. It's a pretty bag though. I would go for the BB again just because I'm a small bag girl through and through. Love me some small bags. I do not really like bigger bags. So it does come with the strap that is removable and adjustable, which is a good thing. I still don't think it's worth the price, like full price. I would definitely go the pre-loved route. I know it doesn't really make any sense because I'm talking about Louis Vuitton bags that are worth their current price. Again, it's worth the price through pre-loved. It's worth the price if you get it used and get like a better deal as opposed to paying the actual $6,000-$7,000 on a Louis Vuitton bag. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that basically does it for today's video. It's really hard to, what's the word, recommend or like tell you what bag is worth it and what bag is not worth it these days, just with all the price increases. As of now, this is the price of these bags, but I feel like it could possibly go up anytime, which is kind of insane. But again, I think you can't go wrong, especially with the Neverfull, the Speedy, the Pette Accessoire, the Alma BB. I feel like those four, you really can't go wrong with those bags. I know Louis Vuitton has like a whole bunch of new styles. I haven't dabbled in any of them, so I couldn't even give you my thoughts or anything on those bags just because, again, I don't even know how they wear and all that stuff. But I do think some of them are still worth the money, regardless of the price increase, because you would definitely be getting your money's worth, your cost per wear, with some of these bags, or with all of these bags basically. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave comments in the comment section down below, subscribe, and turn the notification bell while you're at it, just so you get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Not sure if I've said that, but if I have, it doesn't hurt to say it again, and I will catch you in the next one.